Sune Ueckermann. My main focus as a portfolio manager, how I see it is, I am extremely team focused. If you focus on your team, I mean, they spill over to the client, then they look after the client. I always joke around. I hate the word manager, so I'm their biggest fan. I'm like their cheerleader. I'm their supporter within the company. The new role that I will be portraying now anytime soon, within 2 weeks' time, is team champion. So the team champion is there to almost like observe, get to know the people, and very, very importantly, build relationship. The other part of the role is, of course, the clients. I mean, the clients are basically what makes SilverBridge goes around. Also, a very important factor is, again, building relationships. With the pandemic, it's extremely difficult because everything is virtual. You feel like a robot. You feel disconnected because there's always a screen between yourself and the other human being on the call. Stop for a second and ask, how are you doing? And not the global, how are you doing? It's fine, okay, and then move on with the conversation. But really ask, how are you doing? How's your family? How is your setup at home? Are you coping? That's when you barrier through a virtual screen, for example. That's for me extremely important, especially regardless of the fact if you are building a relationship with the client or you are building a relationship with a fellow team member. But yeah, so just to come back to what I do, it's almost like I ensure that relationships are built and that there is support across all the sections, whatever the support may be. That's my main focus. I always get a kick out of it to share this story because it's quite different. It's an unusual path. So I've been working for SilverBridge now for 7 years, well, almost 7.5 years now. I actually started working at SilverBridge as a financial accountant. Started off in the financial team. Then I think it was about 4 or 5 months in. So we have this tradition where every Friday we have a muffin meeting. You can ask anyone here at SilverBridge. Your day does not start if you don't attend the SilverBridge muffin meeting. I mean, there's a electricity, there's a vibe in the office again, but now it's virtually and it is fine. But I mean, it's almost like you get dressed up on that Friday because you know you're going to switch on your camera, you're going to put on your earrings because you miss the people, you miss the faces, you miss their voices. But in any event, the Friday muffin meetings was actually a difficult thing for the finance people to join because we couldn't always relate to the conversations that they had. So where they talk about their clients, where they talk about insurance companies, and you could clearly pick up on this passion. I mean, these guys honestly have a passion to deliver the business need for their clients. And if I say clients, I'm only saying clients because I don't want to say all of our clients' name. It's actually a real person at the end of that delivery. So then I started to think, oh my word, I need to get closer. I need to get more involved. I need to get closer to that war zone, you know, where it gets messy. Because I mean, let's call a spade a spade. From a finance perspective, what I was doing at that stage was, it was after the fact matter. It was a month behind. How in the world will I ever be able to get closer to the game? Then there came an opportunity where a Scrum Master position opened on our product development side. And then I thought, okay, but maybe this can be my opportunity. And I heard my dad's voice saying, but you studied financial accounting, and how can you maybe give that up? So I was at a massive crossroad in not only my personal life, because it is a personal decision that you are making, but from a career perspective, because if you choose that path, it's going to be very difficult to go back. I went for the interview. And basically the interview was very short because everyone in the room knew I did not have the insurance background. I was not a certified Scrum Master. but I most surely had the hunger, and I had the attitude to listen, to fill the gaps within the team. I had that need. So whatever you guys want to put on my table, I want to drive that. And at the end of the day, and this is typical why I've got a lot of respect for SilverBridge, because they gave me that opportunity. I doubt that other companies would do that. So I got the opportunity, I took the job, and oh my word, I loved it. I loved it. It was so tough. It was so difficult. And remember, the stigma of working with developers, oh, it's true. It's really true. And now you have to, break through that barrier, through each of these individual barriers to almost like drive a collective team deliverable. So I was a Scrum Master for at least 3 to 4 years. Then the next opportunity actually knocked on my door. I got involved with our technology team, being their Scrum Master. My word, it was an amazing journey. Our technology team, I know we are not allowed to always have favoritism, but I really do love each and every individual of that team. And then we moved into a new division of SilverBridge, where we introduced the IPA team, where they are more focused on totally outside of insurance industries, working with AI, automation of processes, etc. And I became the operational manager in that instance. So I did that for a year. Obviously loved every part of it. And where I am today is also, again, a new opportunity of growth was given to me, not given to me, obviously I fought for it, becoming a portfolio manager. The day that I went for the interview of the portfolio manager, I thought, it was going to be an easy interview, of course, because I know these people within SilverBridge that's going to interview me, and I must say it was one of the most difficult interviews that I've ever had in my life. I prepped for the interview like a loser. I even made a PowerPoint presentation. Who does a PowerPoint presentation in the interview? And I started with this new team. They didn't know how I work and my approach in SilverBridge. I didn't know them as closely as the individuals. We had a very rough start. Our team really pulled it together, and I must say, if I reflect back to Team Awesome, we call ourselves Team Awesome because we are really Team Awesome. I can honestly say I have a real relationship with each of these individuals, and each of them have different strengths and weaknesses. We are very honest about our weaknesses, but I think it's amazing to have a team like that, and they are playing towards each other's strengths, and that's why it makes it so amazing. I love my job. I love the team members that I am privileged to work with every day. These guys are extremely intelligent. I can't say that enough. When I walk into a meeting and the client starts asking very difficult conversations, then our team members would walk in and they would just almost like quiet the conversation, because everyone would just basically shut up and listen. We are in a very privileged position, we as SilverBridge, to have these amazing, remarkable, brilliant brains basically working for us. However, also amazing human beings, really amazing human beings. It's almost like, if I say two parts, there's a part where you almost like want to be selfish about the reasoning, you reflect with inside. If I look back to what I've accomplished up to date, SilverBridge they have allowed me to do so. They have allowed me every step of the way to do it my way, to be me. Even sometimes if it's very weird and crazy and controversial, they allowed me to be me. And then from an external perspective, again, getting to see firsthand how the team around you succeed with every milestone, seeing the tough parts, going through it, crying through it, and then getting to that success factor. There's nothing greater than that. There's nothing greater than that. Nothing. A couple of months ago, I was reached out on LinkedIn. Shame, I felt so bad for the guy. It was a recruiter, and they obviously put an opportunity on the table. And obviously, knowing me, I can't be rude and just say no. And I said, obviously, it sounds amazing, but can I tell you a story about the company that I work for? It's a company where the Richard Bransons gets born, and they create that platform for those people to literally rise above themselves. To conclude, I trust fully, explicitly, I trust our leadership and where we are heading, and that's why I choose SilverBridge.